Hello, Creative Station followers. It's Peter Fujiwara back again for episode 4, where we're going to cover the real video production workflow using a concept called matched action. So far in this series, we've covered 3 major concepts. In the first episode, we covered the purpose of video: know, think, feel, and then hopefully action. In the second episode, we went through the different kinds of shots, where we covered 5 different shot types to use in telling your story. And then last week, in episode 3, we did camera movements that will significantly improve the production value of your stories. And so this week, we're moving on to a concept that's going to bring us into the video production workflow. And we're using a technique called matched action. When you're producing a video, it falls into 3 stages. The first is pre-production, the second, production, and the third, post-production. To put it into simpler terms, in pre-production, we're planning the video shoot. In production, we're doing the shoot itself, and in post-production, that's the video editing stage. When you're a beginner and you're doing your video workflow, your production cycle probably looks like this. Pre-production is about this big, and then you do your production, which is quite long, and then your post-production, which goes on ad infinitum because you didn't do much in this first stage. Once you become an experienced videographer, what happens is this pre-production phase goes like this, and then your production phase goes like this, and then your post-production phase goes like this. And if you get to that stage where you can actually do a lot of planning before you go and shoot, you will produce significantly better video. So before we begin, I want to go through a few shooting rules. So when you're actually going to shoot and you're doing a production workflow where you've planned your shots, basically what you do when you're going to shoot is you're going to call action, but before you call action, you're going to start recording. So you start recording, you do 3 to 5 seconds before you call action. And you don't actually call action. You might go 3, 2, and then go like this because you don't want to record yourself saying the word action. And then at the end of the sequence that you're shooting or the shot that you're shooting, what you want to do is you're going to call cut, but you can call it significantly after the action. 3 to 5 seconds after the action's finished, you can call cut, and then I would continue recording 3 to 5 seconds after that. And then the last rule that we have is always take a safety. A safety is a shot that even if you think you've got the perfect take, you take one more. And it's always just in case that take wasn't perfect. So today's lesson is on matched action, and I'm going to provide you with the 4 clips that you're going to learn how to edit. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do a sequence of shots where my one son, Alexander, throws a set of glasses. And so we're going to have a shot of him, a medium shot where he's just tossing the glasses. So that's shot 1, medium shot. Second shot is going to be medium close-up. It's somewhere in between a medium shot and a close-up. Or medium wide shot, sorry, a medium wide shot, where it's between just a wide shot and a medium shot, where you see the glasses enter the frame and then exit the frame. Okay, and then the third shot is going to be a shot of my son, and it'll be my other son, another medium shot where the glasses land on his face. Well, in reality, what I've done is I've given you a reverse clip. I put the glasses on his face, put a little white thread on, and pulled it off. So I'll give you both clips, the clips that is in the right direction and the other that's been reversed. iOS iMovie does not have the capability of reversing a clip. So what you can do is you can download various apps that will reverse a clip, and that's all I did is I reversed the clip for you. The last shot is going to be a close-up of my son that caught the glasses, just turning to the camera, pushing his glasses up and smiling. Once you sequence these together, it's going to look like my first son throws the glasses, and then my second son catches the glasses on his face without his hands. Okay, and it's all matched action editing. What you want to do is you want to cut the action as the frame of the glasses exit the frame, enters the frame, exits the frame, enters the frame. And if you do that perfectly, it will look excellent. And so you're going to give that a try. So take a look and see how you would edit these clips together in iMovie. Okay, so for this one, we're going to start another project and we're going to do a movie. And again, just hit create movie and then go to video and then recently added. And what we're going to do is we're going to get the matched action clips. And so in this case, we're going to take the starting clip, which is this one. And the perfect sequence is when he just learns how to throw it correctly, which is this one. That one's not too bad. Let's take a look. Okay, they're both pretty good. So we're just going to get it as his arm raises up to throw. So right from there. And then we want to finish the clip as it exits the frame. So let's see, it's leaving his hand and it just exits there. So we're going to add that clip in. And now we need the clip where it's flying through the air, which is this clip. So we can see it. And we want it where it's just going across. Okay, so there's the start of the clip. And then the end, we'll have to take it right in. And we need just the end of the clip. This is going to be very tight, so let's see if we can get that in. Yeah, that's too long. Where is the end of that clip? The next one is where it catches. We need the reverse clip where it exits. So that's the one we want. We don't want my arm in there though, so let's see if we get a better one back here. I think the first one is good. So you have to get it just as it comes onto his face. So right about here. And then we just want it once it gets on his face. Right about there. Oh, wrong spot. Let's move it around. Put it here. To there. Okay, and then the last shot is him turning, which is this one here. So just as he's about to turn, right about there. And then we just want him smiling for a little bit there. That's good, right there. Oh, we put it in the wrong spot again. Okay, let's grab that. And again, we need straight cuts. So we're going here, straight cut, and straight cut. Now let's see how we did.
Yep, go ahead. It's been recording the whole time.
Throw. And we're a bit off, so we're just going to try and touch it up. We can take this one in to here just before he throws. So just before he throws, right here. And this one actually is not too bad. This one, however, let's see that one again. We can bring that in quite a bit. Here we go, to there. Now let's see how it looks.
It's been recording.
There we go. And that one's not bad at all. I don't know if we can shorten this, since for some reason it doesn't seem to want to shorten any more than it is. So I'm just going to leave it. But there we go. There's the finished edit for that. If you want to do it on your computer, you'll have more precise editing for this, but this one actually turned out okay. There we go. The next activity is for you to create a matched action pan. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a shot outdoors somewhere with someone that you're going to shoot, and you're going to shoot the person first, panning their head. All they're going to do is turn their head like this. And then the second shot is going to be you turn your camera or your iPhone facing the direction that they were facing, and then pan your camera at what they're looking at. And then when you go to iMovie, you're going to put those two together and you're going to cut on action, just like you did in the previous matched action activity. So in the middle of the head turn, you're going to cut to the shot of whatever they were looking at. So we're going to do some iMovie now. Let's put these clips together. So the first thing you're going to do is start a new project, which is a movie. And now we're just going to create the movie first, as opposed to selecting clips. Then go to video, and then recently added. And then you're going to select the clips that you need. So in this case, it's going to be the clip of the panning person. And then it's going to be the clip of what the person is looking at. So here's the panning person. And what you want to do is you want to look at this clip. And you want to start the clip just as the person is beginning to turn. So you can see he's turning his head there. So I'm going to start it right about there. And then I'm going to finish the clip halfway through. So I want it right about there, is halfway through. And then I'm going to add that clip in. And then I'm going to take this clip, and it's the same idea. I am going to take it at about halfway, probably about there. And the rest of the clip, we will go to about here. About there. And then add that in. And then one thing you're going to notice is there's a dissolve here. I'll play it so you can see the dissolve. That's the default transition. Now, default transition you don't want to do. So tap on that transition like this and go to the first item, which is none, which is a straight cut. So if we have a straight cut like that, now if we watch this clip, we have that. So let's watch that again. Person's going across. Oh, it's maybe a little bit too short on the person turning his head. So I'm just going to extend that just a little bit. Let's tap on it and extend just slightly this way and extend the start. Okay, now let's watch.
Move fast.
There we go. Yeah, maybe a little longer. Just a touch longer. There we go. Let's watch.
Move faster.
There we go. Now that looks nice. And so that's how you do those matched panning for this particular clip. Now the final activity, it's going to require you to have your talent again, whoever you want to shoot. And it's going to be a matched action, but this is going to give you an indication of how you can extend distance and time. And it's the walking sequence. So all you're going to do is you're going to have whoever it is that you're shooting walk over different kinds of ground cover. So from, say, like in my case, it's from the steps of my house onto some grass. From the grass onto some road. Onto a pathway that's pavement. And then from pavement to gravel. And then from gravel to like a dirt pathway. And from that dirt pathway onto like wood chips. So all those different sequences, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut out a few steps, match the action. So when the foot's moving, match to the next shot where the foot's moving in the same direction, match to the next shot, foot's moving in the same direction. So it looks like a continuous shoot going over different pieces of terrain, giving the sense that you've traveled a great distance, but in a short period of time in terms of your video. So let's take a look at how to do that. Okay, so for this particular activity, we're going to do another iMovie. So select movie, create another movie, and again select video and go into recent. And in this case, we're going to choose the footsteps. So we're going to start with this one. We're not going to do all the footsteps, but we'll start with this one. Slide over, and just as my son takes a step off here is where we're going to start. And we're going to finish where he just enters onto the grass. So right here. And you notice that his left foot is about to leave the ground. Okay, so we're going to stick it there. And so for the next clip, what we'll do is, and we'll use this one next, or maybe this one. We're going to start the clip just as he transitions off the road here. But you notice where his foot is, and we're just going to wait till it releases off the ground. And we're going to take the other side and bring it in. And this time what we'll do is, just as he steps onto the sidewalk here, just as his other foot releases, we'll add that in there. And then the next one we'll do is this one. And we'll do the same thing. And so we remember, we'll go to the transition phase where he's going to go onto this wood. So here we go here. And just as his foot rises up off the ground, we'll take it from there. And we'll just take it back a few steps there. And we'll add that in. Now, again, what we have to do is we don't want these dissolves. We'll put in straight cuts. So none. And this one, none. And let's take a look. A nice clean transition. So a perfect walking sequence. Now we've come to the end of episode 4, and hopefully you understand matched action and video production workflow significantly better. And hopefully the biggest piece is that you understand that pre-production is key. Knowing your shots before you shoot is the biggest piece in telling your story well. Now, coming this Friday for the live, we will be going over these matched action concepts, but also going on to next week's episode, which is on voiceover, understanding how to do that audio piece well, and understanding continuity. And continuity is key when you're shooting, and we'll have some examples that are quite entertaining. Anyways, hope to see you in the live, and hope to see you next week for episode 5.